Welcome to the Festival of Storytellers.
I can't tell you how excited I am to be on right now. It's been a couple of weeks of excitement, getting prepared, and I've done a lot of things in my life, but this has got to be close to the top.
Thank you, Reader's Magnet, and thank you, John, for putting this forth and taking the chance on us authors in presenting this out to the world.
I've enjoyed this immensely, Joanne.
Ellie, so have I. Thank you for who you are, and thank you, Reader's Magnet. You all are beautiful, and you've worked so very hard, and we are blessed.
We are.
I thank everybody that's involved with this process, because we know writers need readers and writers need publishers. We thank Reader's Magnet and everybody that's involved. I love Reader's Magnet. They say, we share your stories with the world.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me on this great, wonderful morning. Thank you for joining us here, Reader's Magnet Festival of Storytellers. I greatly appreciate you watching with me or being here with me. So yesterday's topic was the topic that I used, is what I got off of this one movie, Evidence is the Loudest Voice. So I was showing a few pictures. I didn't get to finish all of them. So we're going to pick up where we left off. But before I do that, as usual, I do want to talk to everybody about my GoFundMe and also the raffle that I am doing. So the GoFundMe, you can look me up at Making a Difference from Book to Screen. And excuse the paper because my grandson was writing on it. You can do that. Or you can always just put in my first name and last name, Angelica Galbraith. There is an awesome director, Demetrius Novato. He is also on Facebook if you want to look him up. You can look up all his credentials. A lot of his work you can find too as well on IMDb. It's usually where all the celebrities have all their contacts and, producers and emails and stuff like that. And sometimes, how you can get a hold of them, but you do have to be a member sometimes to get into there. So they won't give you everything, because they don't want any stalkers. So, but this is Demetrius Novato again. So, and I underlined everybody that he's worked with: Samuel Jackson, Ice Cube, Chris Tucker, Ralph Macchio, just to name a few. He is doing an awesome job. I did forget to mention yesterday too, though. Well, the other time, Juan Zavala, Two Swift Productions. Shout out to him if he's watching. He's became huge too as well. He's from Corpus Christi. I should say he's from Chicago. He lived in Corpus Christi for a long time. He moved to LA. When he moved to LA, he was just getting started, and he ended up being huge. He's worked alongside of Jenny Rivera. I don't know if anybody knows her. She was a big Hispanic Latina music singer, and she's awesome. He's also worked with Christina Milian and even Stevie Wonder, and that is my friend. He's the one that introduced me to Demetrius Novato. So you'd be surprised, like you have friends and sometimes you don't know their goals and what's going on. And it's just crazy. I hadn't talked to him in a couple of years, and for us to just get together like that, and he helped me out in this way. And I'm truly, truly blessed. And I thank him so much for that. I owe him big time. And I also owe Dimitri as well, because he's a big mentor. So also, I do want to show the National Human Traffic Hotline. for those out there that are forced to work against their will or anything of that sort. You guys can either text, call 1-888-373-7888 or text Be Free to 233-733. Or you can do a live chat with humantraffickinghotline.org. They're there. You can chat with them if you don't want anybody to see who you are, your face, if you're ashamed. You can do it online, or there's even the phone number you can call and talk to them if you need somebody to talk to. Also, the raffle. Let me get to the raffle. So I am doing a raffle. Reader's Magnet, this festival started November 8th. The event will end on the 21st. My raffle just got started. So the deadline for the raffle is November 17th. You will win if you can send an email, first name, last name, and then also type in the words enter sweepstakes. There you go. That's all you got to write down. Just type that in there and email it to me. And on November 18th, I will be announcing the winner. You will get a free book. Once I get your first and last name, the winner, I will sign it for you and I will ship it off. And then you will also get this lovely tumbler that has the book cover on there as well. So you'll get those two wonderful things, which are really nice. And I also like to mention that tomorrow is Saturday, November the 13th. I will be a moderator interviewing Elaine Gilliam. She has an awesome book, A Web of Illness, Family Skeletons. Her book is very compelling. It's awesome. You know how when you get online, I believe I went on Barnes & Noble or Amazon. I wasn't too sure, but it lets you read the first few pages. Like that made me just order her book. It was very compelling and it just stuck to me. And there's so many coincidences in her book. And it was mind blowing. Like this is a really good book. So I recommend everybody to go out and get it as well and read it, or read the first few pages, a synopsis and whatnot. But I will be interviewing her tomorrow. That will be at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 my time, because I'm from Texas. So yeah, Aaron Forward 1368. Thank you so much. Oops, hi. You watch my replays and no, this is not related to your book. You shared you're already a grandmother, so what's the secret? Well, I haven't had breakfast this morning, but I always wake up in a good mood. As I was telling one of the staff members I spoke with earlier before we got on here, I wake up at, the days that I work out, because I work out every other day, I work out for 2 hours. That's my minimum, 2 hours. So I work out. Those mornings I wake up and I have this air freshener that smells like Christmas trees. And I love the smell of the pine tree, the Christmas. It makes me feel good. So I truly believe in order to be in a great mood in the morning and to be in that right mind, it all consists of smell, what you're listening to, and also your mind. So I spray my room with that smell. And it smells wonderful. I throw on some meditation music and I'll put it on YouTube, or if not, I have my headphones. And I'll either lay there or I sit there and I try to meditate. Sometimes I don't keep track of the time. So there's times where it's 30 minutes, an hour. There was one time that it was an hour and a half. And I looked at the time and I was like, whoa, okay. And after that, that's when I go to the bathroom and brush my teeth and, yada, yada. And then I'll eat breakfast. But on the days that I usually eat a big breakfast at times. If I don't get to that, and the rest of the day I eat small. But if I don't get to that, like I was showing him, I like to drink this Superfood Reds. It has beetroot. I've heard beetroot juice or just beet juice in general. I also have beet juice in there. It doesn't taste that great. This actually tastes okay. And you can put this in water, tea, whatever you want to put it in, and it doesn't have really a bad taste. Now the beet juice, it's 100% beet juice. I get it from a health goods store here called Sprouts. So I'll drink that every once in a while, and it kind of tastes like dirt, but I force myself to drink it at times. And all you need is one little cup. So I literally get the measuring cup and then I toss it. So I don't know. I usually do that. And like I was telling him, our family members too, they look so young. My grandmother was a twin, and she still looked very young. I'm going to see if I can find a picture of her too here soon. I think I have one somewhere. But she looks young. You see my aunts, hi, Thea Diana, my cousin Jessica, like, we just look young. I guess it's in the blood, that too. But I mean, I believe it all starts in the mind as well, in the mind and working out and just eating good. Don't get me wrong. There's times where I don't eat good, but the times that I do eat good outbeat the bad. So I'm guessing that's what it is too as well. And then the fact that I'm very active. It's not just the working out, it's also my grandkids, running around and playing with them. And I know I get from a lot of people like, what, your grandmother? You look young, how is that? I guess that's why, I don't know, running after them and stuff like that. And I'm glad that I'm still young. I'm 46 years old. I don't mind saying my age. I'm 46 years old. I'm still able to run around, and I'm glad, it's now, and I'm not too old to where I can barely move and can't play with them and just have to sit on the couch playing with them, versus that. So I really, truly appreciate that. And I don't know, I guess that's what it is. Everybody has their ways of taking care of themselves. And as far as looking younger, I don't know. Maybe it's also because I didn't wear makeup at a very young age. I didn't start wearing makeup until I was in my early 20s, I believe. And I don't know. I have no idea. I do take care of my face, but I use your normal stuff that you would buy like at a Walmart. I don't go buy all the expensive stuff. Even for my hair, I do. But my face, I don't buy any expensive lotions and creams and makeup, and it's just whatever. I'm not big on that. So thank you for that question, though. I don't look like one. Marco, hi, Robert. Marco, I visited your booth and noticed that your books will be having a movie adaptation. Can you tell us when your book will be available to watch? Well, that just depends on my GoFundMe. So I am waiting until we get and reach our goal. I believe I need another $8,000. So if I can get to that point, everything will start off. We do have the script for the movie already prepared. That took us a little bit between me and the director. And he had his ideas, I had mine, and his imagination is just awesome. He also told me that my imagination and my ideas were really good. And I can sit there, sit here in my home at times. And like I was telling Mike, I like peace and quiet. And when there's peace and quiet, things start developing in my mind and I get ideas. And as soon as I get things like that, I write them down like automatically. And if I don't have anything to write them down, I'm on my phone. And it's a good habit, and I can be at a dinner or out to eat and same thing, something pops in my head and I'm putting it on my notes on my phone. So, and then what I do is I grab all the notes and, get them all together, combine them all together. And from there, I figure something out. One thing I didn't mention to a lot of you guys too is I like to write poems. There's times where, like, for example, I'm hooked on Yellowstone. I love that show, that series. And I think I've watched all 3 seasons like 10 times maybe. So I have them on Instagram, and I wrote a poem for them, and it was like within, I don't know, it was like within 30 minutes maybe. And it's just something that pops in my head. I also remember in high school, I entered a poem contest and I won as well. It was off of the Caller Times newspaper that we have here in Corpus Christi. So I won that, and I think I won like $100 or something. I was young. So I was like real excited, but I don't know, I didn't pursue it. I guess I was more into just writing like an actual book, but you'd be surprised on how things end up later in your life. And when people are put in your life, that usually affects, your future. And you don't ever know exactly what's going to happen until certain things happen. And, it's unpredictable. Life is unpredictable. You don't always know what's going to happen. Okay, Fairgoer 713. How do you manage having a 2-hour workout? How do you push yourself to do that? Well, what I do is I have my headphones on, of course. Back then, what I used to do is when I would work out, it was real quick machines, weights, and that's it. So now what I do is every time I do a certain set or reps of something, I take the time to at least do like 30 seconds to a minute of just, nothing. And I'll walk around, like if I'm on the machine, I just walk around the machine just to keep my heart going. And then when it's time to get back on, I get back on. That's basically it. So you'd be surprised if you do that, your time will go fast. But I'm not one of those that, like some guys go and today's leg day, tomorrow's back day. No, what I do is I do full body, and that's every other day. I don't mess around. It's like full body today, I won't go tomorrow. The next day, it's full body again, and so on and so on. And then I also do carb cycling. So the days that I do work out, I make sure that within 90 minutes after I eat, I do have carbs. I will go eat like some potato and egg for breakfast or something like that, or tortilla at times, it just depends. But those, or a baked potato if it's lunchtime. Usually my workouts are early morning though. I would do that. And, carb cycling, a lot of the times it's fuel for you and it's burning fat. So it's constantly burning. So, but you've got to, a lot of times, incorporate all that within those 90 minutes. So that's what I do. And actually the past 2 months, I think I was like, and I don't mind saying my weight, I was 156 pounds and now I'm at 141. But I am building mass too. So I noticed my weight starting to, like yesterday, my weight's starting to go back up, but it's all muscle mass because I do a lot of lifting. I lift a lot of weights too as well. So my arms can be kind of, I guess they're kind of big. I would show you my muscle, but no. So what exercises can you recommend for beginners to try? I would say, I don't know what you guys have out there, but I go to Planet Fitness here in Corpus Christi, and there's a 30-minute room where it's you do each machine, and by the time you get done, it's 30 minutes. If you can start with something like that, I would totally recommend it because you're doing a little bit of everything. So you're working out every muscle, but not just that, it also has a lot to do with what you eat, what you take into your body. You need to eat healthy, and the days that you don't eat healthy, like I said before, I don't always eat healthy. There's times that I don't, but it's not like every day. I'll eat like a bad meal once a week, and that's even at that. But if you do that, that'll help too. And what I do is if I do eat bad, then I make sure the rest of the week is just like really good. And then my snacks, I can snack on carrots, lettuce. There's times that I like to eat like a salad of cabbage with veggies. And I know people think I'm weird, but I don't know. I grew up eating veggies and fruits, and I'm okay eating veggies and fruits, raw stuff. So I'm okay with that. So maybe that's another reason why I'm healthy too. I haven't had any issues or anything like that, thank God. So I'm hoping to live a lot longer. So especially for my grandbabies. Thank you. Shine, what was in the cup? Cup? Oh, nothing. It's just, are you talking about the tumbler? In this cup, it was just the glitter and the front page of my book cover. So basically you win this, if that's what you're asking. Unless you meant when I was talking about the 1 cup of beet juice that I drink in the mornings. Fairgoer 1367, are you following a strict diet plan? Can you share your diet plan to us? Well, I mean, I did, like I said already, the beet juice in the morning. I still, if I do a big breakfast, that's usually most of the time after I've worked out when I need the carbs. If I don't work out, the days that I don't work out, I don't eat a big breakfast. I make sure it's something small, and a lot of times it's pineapples, watermelons, blueberries, every now and then a piece of toast with avocado, and that's it. And don't get me wrong, at first when I started that, it was hard. It was super hard because I wanted like eggs and ham, and I wanted like all the bad stuff, and the tacos and, so every now and then I will have a taco, but I need to make sure that if it's not that bad, it has to be on the day that I worked out because I know my body is still burning everything. So that's the good thing. And pretty much the days you don't work out, you want to eat small. So make sure you eat small, nothing too big, and make sure it's healthy. And like I said, raw vegetables and raw fruits. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. And like I was telling Mike earlier, a lot of the new foods, and especially fast foods, they have so many chemicals. They have, I saw the documentary of McDonald's where a lot of their stuff has a lot of ammonia in it. It's causing digestive issues in a lot of people. And that's pretty sad because a lot of kids grew up eating that. I personally didn't. When my mom would get paid or my stepfather, our treat was to go eat at a Whataburger. And that was like on a Friday, but it wasn't an everyday thing. Other than that, we had to eat home cooked meals. And then there was times that we didn't even have food because they were too busy drinking. And it's like, okay, you got 3 kids to feed. So it would be like smoked sausage for barbecue, which is so bad for you. Processed meat is like super bad. You want to stay away from processed meat, especially sausage. It's like the worst. And she would make homemade tortillas with the sausage and refried beans. And that, because that is so cheap to make, especially like a soup of rice, just rice. That's like super cheap to make. You just throw your spices in. But I mean, what can you do when you don't have the money and you can't afford to eat that good? Well, and when you can't afford the money, well, look, you start gaining all this weight and it's like, and then you're regretting it because you're at the doctor's office or you have a heart attack or something, and I'm not one to want to go through any of those things because I love my grandbabies so much and I want to be here for them. And I want to make sure that I'm around for a very long time because they need me. And so do my kids. So other than that, I don't have much time. Do you cook your own meals? Actually, I do. Lately, I haven't. It's just been whatever I can find in my fridge. It's usually healthy stuff, I don't want to show you a picture of my fridge though right now because I haven't even really cleaned it that good. But I don't have old stuff in there. Usually if I see that I have vegetables that look that they're about to go old in a few days, it's like, okay, it's time to cook that. And I'll figure something out with it. So, and I love to cook. I don't know where I get these ideas at times. My grandma was a big cook. So I would stand next to her a lot. And when she would cook something, she would put it in my mouth and like, taste this and taste that. And she cooked with a lot of spices and herbs. So I can pretty much taste a spice and kind of taste another one and tell you, okay, if this is going to clash or go together or whatever. And it's okay, well, let's throw some meat on there. Let's throw some chicken, some rice or something, and I just come up with stuff at times, although I don't cook every single day. It's just me here at home. So my husband's always gone traveling for work. And when he is here, I do cook, usually chicken. I love stir fries. They're healthy. I mean, I use olive oil and then the air fryer. I use the air fryer. Oh my God, I'm in love with the air fryer. It's like so good because you don't have to use any oil or anything. So that's another good, healthy instrument to use and to put to work in your life. So thank you for that question. Fairgoer 1367. Wow. Will you be doing a cooking live stream session soon? No, I don't think I want to, honestly. I would love to, but then I got to go buy groceries and stuff. I don't know. That's up in the air, maybe. So I want to show you, I forgot to mention yesterday. So I was showing pictures of where I grew up and how I grew up, and the apartments and the projects and all that. I went to a school called Roy Miller High School. Yay, Bucks. So Eva Longoria, if y'all know her, she's a celebrity superstar. She was there in the same high school that I was. Like, I knew her. I didn't know her personally, like per se as to talking to her, but she was there. I think when I was a freshman, I think she was a junior, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, and her picture is all up at the Wendy's here, the fast food Wendy's restaurant here in Corpus Christi, Texas, because that was her first job. But she was a cheerleader. She was a Buck, and I'm very proud of her, and I give her props. She's a superstar. She made it super big, but I never talked to her. We had some of the same friends, but I never associated with her or anything like that. I think there was a couple of parties that I went to where she was at, but not much. Other than that, she was doing her, she was doing Miss the Pageants or something like that too as well. And then that's when she went into acting and stuff. But yeah, she was on, I believe, many seasons of Desperate Housewives. But she's from here. And then also Lou Diamond Phillips is from here as well. But he's actually from a little town called Flower Bluff, which is literally like probably 5 minutes from me where I live right now. Lou Diamond Phillips. And then I forgot the other guy's name that comes out on the movie 9 to 5 with Dolly Parton, the old one. He went to Ray High School here. And then Adrienne from the Cheetah Girls, she's from Flower Bluff as well. So there's quite a few celebrities that have made it. Who else? Damien Chapa. He's from Robstown, Texas, which is like, I think 20, 30 minutes from Corpus Christi. Who else? I know there's quite a few. Pepe Serna, he came out in the movie American Me. Damien Chapa came out in Padrino, I think American Me too as well, with Diamond Phillips. I mean, with Edward James Olmos. So there's quite a few people. And then also Pepe Serna, his daughter was Clarissa Serna that came out on The Voice. She's an awesome singer. Well, now she has a show based out of the Coastal Bend, Corpus Christi, which is here where I'm from. And she's actually good too. She's made it pretty big too. She has her own talk show. So that's awesome, you know, and I don't talk to any of them. I was trying to actually get a hold of Clarissa. So let's see how that goes. I did email her a couple of times. So trying to see if maybe she can get me on her show. So with that being said, also, like I said, that and the Eva Longoria, I also wanted to show a picture of the Boys and Girls Club. I went there after school a lot of times when I would get off of middle school, which was Martin Middle School. And the school was literally like next door on this side. Like literally they're kind of together. And Martin Middle School is not that big. It's a small middle school. Miller, although, is 3 stories high. And when I first went to high school there, I was like scared. I was so scared, but I'm 46 years old. So when I went to high school, when I went to that school, it was pretty much, there was like it was nothing but African Americans and just a few Hispanics, and that's it. That's all you saw in that school. Top to bottom, that's all it was. So those times back then were very different from how things are now, you know, but it did make an impact in my life. There was a lot of good things and great things that happened in that school. As far as the Boys and Girls Club, we used to have where they used to have dances every Saturdays. They would have dances, and the dances were like from 8 to 12 or something like that at night. So a lot of the kids from school would invite me, and we would invite other friends, my friend Martha, Erica, my best friend, and, you know, and we would go and hang out there, and it was pretty fun and scary too, because I remember a particular girl that wanted to fight with me because this boy that I was crazy about, and I don't know what, and it just turned out to be crazy. But that's another subject that I need to talk about, actually. Maybe later on this evening. I will be back on, I believe at 5:00 p.m. today. I will be back on, and I will be live. Today's Friday. Yes, I will be on from 5 to 5:30 later this evening, and I will tell you the story of my first boyfriend, because that was tragic too. I didn't just go through child abuse. I also went through other tragedies in my life that had to do, one was him. What I can say is he passed away, and I will give you the story later on this evening. And I was there when it happened. So there's a lot of things that I've gone through besides the child abuse. And I'm sure people would wonder, like, gosh, how are you the way you are right now? Well, I mean, there was a time I was depressed and everything, and I took things really hard, but I overcame, and that's all that matters. So again, don't forget, guys, go ahead and email me, type in enter sweepstakes, and don't forget, you're going to get a free book. I will sign it. I will ship it to you. Oh, wrong way. Plus, you get this tumbler, this gold sparkly tumbler. So don't forget to do that. And then, of course, tomorrow, I will be the moderator for Readers Magnet Festival of Storytellers, and I will be interviewing Elaine Gilliam, if I said that correctly. She's an awesome publisher. That would be at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, and my time 5:30. A Web of Illness, Family Skeletons. I totally recommend that you get that book. And thank you so much for joining me, guys, and thank you, Readers Magnet, also for having me here today. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys later. Bye.